Many times the Rebbe would complain why people sleep during the Farbrengen. And in the year Tovshin Chov Hei, towards Shabbos Parshat Toldos, the Vad Hamsader had a good idea what to do to make sure that the people don't sleep by Farbrengen. And it's because the Rebbe spoke a few Farbrengens before that about sleeping. He spoke a few times, and people still slept, and the Rebbe wasn't happy, so they thought of a good idea. The good idea was that no one should sit anymore by Farbrengen, because the ones that fell asleep are really the ones that were sitting. Standing, you can't sleep really. So the ones that were sitting, those are the ones that fell asleep. So they decided we'll make that no one should be able to sleep. So what they did was, the way the Seder used to be by the Farbrengen was that the Rebbe sat on the bima, on the stage on top. In front of the Rebbe on the floor were lines of tables and benches. People would sit on the bench by the tables. And at the side, both sides, were the people who were standing. The Bochrim in the light were standing there. So they decided that they're going to take away the tables where you sit in middle of the shul, in front of the Rebbe. So what they did was, they took out all the benches, and they pushed all the tables together, probably added even more tables, so it became a big empty spot in the middle that no one was there. It was empty, just tables there, and around people would stand. And they made everybody stand by Farbrengen so no one should be able to sit. When the Rebbe came in to the Farbrengen, he gave a look. You could see right away that he wasn't happy with it. It seems like they hadn't told him that they're going to do it, because if they would have told him, he would have answered no if he was not happy with it. But he didn't tell him, so he looked at it and he didn't look so happy. But then in the middle of the Farbrengen, the Rebbe spoke about it. The Rebbe said, "Mitzad v'yisem nekim." It's a posting that v'yisem nekim, that you have to make sure that people shouldn't suspect you in doing something wrong. And he connected it to the Gemara Mishnah in Shkolim. And he said that I keep on talking about not sleeping with Farbrengen. So the Vad Hamsader had an idea, and they made it everyone should stand. That means to be Metzayer Yidden, and for a long time, because you have to stand for a long time. And the Rebbe said that was not my kavanah, that's not what he wants. He doesn't want that people should be Metzayer. And he said, therefore, I don't know if for now we're able to still change it for this Farbrengen, but the Rebbe said clearly that for the future he doesn't want that to happen. And if anybody sleeps, I won't have any kpeda on them. Especially that to them it doesn't matter really, because the fact that they're sleeping shows that they don't really care about whether Rasha says this or Rasha says that, because that's what the Rebbe talks about Farbrengen, and they probably won't even dream about it. So as far as they're concerned, they probably don't care. So I won't have any kpeda as long as you're not Metzayer and Eden. And then the Rebbe said, now I understand the story that the Shver, the Friedrich Rebbe, told him. He told him that by the Rebbe Marash, there were people who would walk around during the Maimer, and if they saw anybody falling asleep, they would take some shamritze and put it to his nose, and that would wake him up. And the Rebbe said, I asked the Rebbe, what is shamritze? He said it's a herb that's very strong, that when you put it to the nose, it wakes you up. So the Rebbe said, I never understood why the Shver told me the story. But now I understand that if we want to do something, if someone wants to especially do something, take something and put it in smell, wake the person up. But not that there should be, everyone should have to stand. I didn't mean that they should be Metzayer Yidden like that. And from now on, that shouldn't happen. And the Violet Rebbe gave a bracha that all those, whether they're sleeping or they're awake, he gave a bracha that they should have a nachal lipunim mitzorim, etc., etc. He went on with bracha for Gashmis and bracha for Ruchnis. He said that the same lotion could contain both. And Abi, there shouldn't be a tzar from Yidden. And the Rebbe didn't speak this inyan, this complaint against what they did in a very harsh way, and also not against the ones that are sleeping in a harsh way. He spoke it like in a friendly way, so to speak. But he did make his point that that's not what he wants, and then if the people sleep, there is no kpede. And not that he was happy that people sleep, because years later the Rebbe again spoke, Tovshin Chov Ches, a whole summer the Rebbe spoke many times about why people sleep, and he spoke about it in a very heartsick way, in a very sad way, so to speak, in the Farbrengen of Tovshin Chov Ches. So the Rebbe did bother the Rebbe, but not enough kpede to be Metzayer Chas v'Sholom Na'ayid. And since this Farbrengen till they never did it again, that people should have to stand. Went back to the normal Seder, that people who stand around, and in the middle there were tables where people would sit.